It's a new year, and we often make resolutions around health, wellness, and of course, money. In today's episode, we're diving into getting your financial house in order for the new year. We welcome into the studio Naomi Riley. Her consulting agency flourished during the pandemic, where she provided pivotal financial guidance and grew her business to become a multi-million-dollar enterprise, making her services highly sought after. Welcome, Naomi.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a
I
joy to
am
be here.
I am excited to have you today because we, meaning me and my listeners, I know we can't get enough of financial pieces on how can we do this, how can we do this better, and that kind of thing. So tell us a little bit about your company and how it started. And I know you had great success over the pandemic.
Yeah. So, to be honest, my business flourished actually through the pandemic. I had studied some nonprofit laws during that time. Excuse me, my earpiece just fell out. And a lot of businesses were struggling during the pandemic, and so one of my best friends was working in accounting, and he had asked, he was losing staff left and right through the pandemic, and he knew that I was intelligent, very intelligent, with my crafts, and he's like, all of these COVID laws are coming out, and I'm going to need someone to help me with this. Would you mind, tackling it on? And so I put my head down into the books and started, researching and studying all that I could on all of the relief that was out there for business owners, and really put my head to work with it, and just guided tons and tons of business owners on a really good trajectory to get them through the pandemic.
Wow. So it was kind of
Mhm.
born out of all of that.
Yeah, it was. I had worked a little bit in the accounting industry, but nothing like I had when it powered down and everybody was, taking work off. I was sitting in my office saying, "Okay, how can I help? Who can I serve?"
Right.
So
And it was kind of like baptism by fire.
yeah.
Okay, like, here you go.
Yes, amen to that. Amen to that. So, yeah, God is good, and I was able to, our company was able to help, a lot of businesses survive instead of shut down. So
Right. And you also own other businesses as well.
I do. Yeah. I own an AI company, a startup AI, a startup education that is just getting out there. I'm a avid entrepreneur. I love sharing my message of what I've learned throughout my life. I'm a brain injury survivor turned savant, and I love to read and research and find new ways to help our youth get through what we've allowed to happen in
Mm.
society.
You know what? I love this because, so many times we meet people who I'm a financial advisor or I'm a whatever, but they've never walked in the shoes of a small business owner. And I was just literally having this conversation with someone else. So it's so great that from the standpoint of the business owner, the concept and the
Yeah.
things that we're talking about, because there's that
Yes.
authenticity, there's that vulnerability, there's that empathetic. I know what you're going through. I've been there kind of
Hmm.
space.
Yes. That can be one of the biggest challenges that we as small business owners can go through are the fluctuations of, what a business intake and outtake is,
Mhm.
and or outgo is, and really making sure that our bottom line is always covered.
Mhm.
So looking at those profit and losses are always going to be huge for every single month. And then making sure that we can, leave enough money in the pot. So just in case, unexpected
Right.
expenses come up. So
Because
yes,
they
I
always
do
do.
know.
They always do. Yeah.
Very, very important. Very important.
So let's
Um,
talk about
yeah.
setting goals and intentions for the new year. I know we have some buckets that we're going to be talking about, and
Sure.
I'm going to let you take the lead on this because
Okay. Okay.
they're really, really important things for our listeners.
Yeah. So, one thing that you're always going to want to do is look back and look at how did the income and expenses fluctuate over the year? Did you have any extra income from the year? Go back and look at the months that for your previous year and
Mhm.
just look at your months. Did I have any extra income that was unexpected or added to my business in that way? Apps like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, they're all asking that the work be identified. If you're a small business owner and you're, Venmoing or you're Cash Apping or whatever it is, make sure you're identifying that in those transactions because, when it comes tax time, those are going to be looked at too.
And when you say identify, like in the memo area of when they say,
Yes.
why are you paying this person?
Any transactions over $600 are always flagged.
Okay.
And so you want to make sure that you're identifying like, where did this go for? Was this a reimbursement for an actual personal expense or was this a expense for a business? And so you want to make sure that you're identifying those so that you can go back. I know as busy business owners too, looking at your profit and loss, on a monthly basis can be
Mhm,
hard. I always encourage it first and foremost on a quarterly basis, if
mhm.
at all possible. There's a lot of great platforms out there now that help you with online doing your profit and loss statements. Really good platform that I like is FreshBooks, and there's
Okay.
QuickBooks Online too.
Right.
Um, so those are really, really good. So then you're going to want to also look at what spending habits worked well and where can I improve?
That's always
You,
the bucket, right? Always the spending.
yes, yes. Identify, are you a frugal spender or are you wanting those high quality goods and services? Now, I know a
Mhm.
lot of us do, right? But,
I'm
there's
hiking back here.
yeah. If you're the latter, there are times where the high quality goods and services may do a one-time yearly sale or offer their services at a discounted rate. So make sure you're on their email list
Mhm.
or, their text message campaigns to watch out for those sales. And then always, if you're the very frugal spender, you can always look for those deals on, the certain discounted sites.
Sure.
So, another thing that I want to talk about is savings and investments. Did you reach your savings goals for the year? Do you have savings goals for the year? If not, I would always recommend just setting aside something, making sure that if you didn't have any this past year, set aside a goal every month for this coming year.
Can
It's
you are you a proponent? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go
Are
ahead.
you a proponent, and I don't even know if you can do this in business where you can I know you can do it in personal where you can say, I want $100 out of my check every month to go into savings. Can you do automatic transfers like that from business to business or no?
Business to business, no, I don't think you can
Okay.
do that. However, if you are set up as a W-2 or you're on a payroll,
Mhm.
yes, then those disbursements can be done that way. But if you
Okay.
are a contractor, then you have to do that personally.
Okay.
And I would check with your accountant to see on how you want to make sure that that is done. So, if you're, and again, this goes for the business owner too, if you are, setting aside an income for yourself on a monthly basis, make sure that you're itemizing what you want to go into maybe a 401k, a Roth,
Mhm.
all of those things that are very important as we age.
Exactly, 'cause
uh,
we forget, and then all of a
yes.
sudden 5 years have gone by and then we're behind.
Exactly. There's some really good sources out. Stash app is a really, really good one where you can invest
Okay.
little increments into new stocks that are coming out. I always recommend that because you can invest very, very little, but
Mhm.
it will increase over time. Um, so another thing is look at how did your investments perform? Um, are you good on your debt management? Do you have high interest credit cards? Maybe think about consolidating those credit cards into something smaller. A lot of the credit card carriers will offer a 12-month introduction at a
Mhm.
0% rate. So if you could get on one of those offers and consolidate, you're really eliminating your interest rates. So
And
that
I've seen more and more of those as of late.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing for setting goals and intentions for the new year. So, one thing that you're gonna wanna do is, what are your top financial priorities for the coming year? Are you planning on buying a home, saving for
Mhm.
retirement, paying off debt? Right? I
Yeah.
encourage you to write them down and focus on making sure they get done. What expenditures maybe that I could eliminate to like pay down that debt or
Right.
save up for that down payment for my house. Those things are really important.
And if they're not
Um,
in front of you, you don't remember them, right? I have
right.
I do this intentions at the beginning of every year, and I have
Hmm.
it on a bulletin board right next to my desk so I
Oh,
can
I
see
love
them.
that.
And there's buckets, there's the money bucket, there's the personal bucket, there's
Mhm.
the relationship bucket, and it's a visual. I can see it.
Yes,
I'm
it's
accountable to it.
so important. Put it at your desk so that you're looking at it every day.
Mhm.
If you work in an office setting, just put it around you, making
Right.
sure that you are looking at it every day. If you are working remote, maybe stick it on your laptop or make
Mhm.
a sticker out of it. Do
Right.
something where you're checking it out every day to hone in on those goals that you want to get done for the year.
Mhm.
Smart, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals can set you to achieve these priorities. And what are the specifics? So SMART is we say what are the S stands for specific. So what are the specifics of your goals? And then measurable, that's the M part. What are
Mhm.
the measurable amounts that you can use to, put into these accounts or what your savings are? The achievable, what can you achieve?
Mhm.
A lot of people work paycheck to paycheck, and I understand that can be very difficult. But possibly look at some of the things that you might be able to do to add to your income if that is an issue for you.
Right.
There's a lot of things that you can do online now, especially with the revolution of AI now that we're
Yes.
seeing. And I actually, do consult and share a lot of ways that you can monetize with AI. And so, don't limit yourself to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is the only amount that I can make.
Exactly, that's the point. Yes.
Yeah, so set aside a couple hours to explore something new and learn. We're always growing and evolving,
Mhm.
and so it should be an important part of our daily life to learn about new things. Whether we want to pursue that or not, that's up to us. But at least we're learning about something new, and we're training our mind to say, "Hey, I might be able to do this. I might be
Right.
able to add a little bit more to my income."
And a lot of the times it's about being open to it because
Mhm.
you can't be the kind of person who, "No, I don't do computers," and I will tell you, I fell into that trap for a long time. I don't do numbers. I
Mhm.
hate numbers. I do hate numbers, but
Yes.
but I kept saying, "I don't math. I don't do
Uh-huh.
this. I don't." And what did I not do? I didn't math. I didn't I didn't learn how to do things that I should have learned how to do. And then my husband, who does all of he's our CFO, ended up
Mhm.
in the hospital for
Oh,
2
no.
weeks. And here I am
Oh, no.
going, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to do this. I don't even know how to check an account balance.
Oh, no.
And but we put limitations on ourselves
Mhm.
by what we say to ourselves and what we say to other people. So don't say I can't, I'm not good with technology or I'm not good with numbers because you are what you what you tell
Yes.
people, right?
Yes, absolutely. And as we grow and evolve, there's more and more opportunities for us to, learn different things and make sure that we're setting um, our legacy up to
Mhm.
be protected, right? So, as small business owners and people in finance are, working toward our goals,
Mhm.
we want to make sure that we are having that book that has our proper passwords,
Yes.
our
Oh, passwords
sign-ons.
are the worst.
I know, right? But God forbid if something ever were to
Mhm.
happen to us, we want to make sure that we're protecting all of our IP and everything that we have to make sure that whomever is going to take over our businesses, it flows very
Right,
easily for them. I think
right.
it's our adult report card. Our everything
I
that
love
we are we're working as. It's kind of like our adult report
Mhm.
card.
People really like, I didn't think about it until that point. I know that I keep my password somewhere, but then you go
Mhm.
in, just talking about passwords for a second, I'll go in and change it because, oh, I can't remember my password and I'm not near my book. So I'll
Yes.
keep the password and then not remember to change it in the book, and then
Ye
nobody can get into the account, and, and you need
yes.
to get into it. You can't.
Yeah, in the accounting world over here, we work with a lot of small business owners, and we've done here in-house accounting, and
Mhm,
so we will have to contact the business owners. Obviously, the banks are very hard to
mhm.
get into, and when we have the flows that go through, we have to do this. Hey, put in the code and all of this, and it is time consuming, but it is a really really good way to protect yourself, your business, and then any of your descendants that could potentially help take over your business.
Right.
Another thing that I want to really emphasize too is making sure that you have enough insurance for down the road to cover all of your expenses as well. Because business owners, we get so busy in our daily
Too.
lives, and making sure that everything comes and all the income comes in and all of the expenses go out on a monthly basis. That is really important. But we want to make sure that you're line iteming everything and every cost that you have,
Mhm.
so that it's easy for someone, looking at it from a bird's eye view, saying, "Oh, this is easy. This is a great company. They got it all together."
Right? Because it also makes you, when you determine it's time to exit, to be able to
Yes.
sell your business.
Absolutely. You want to show those quarterly profit and losses, those yearly profit and losses, and your tax returns are going to be important too. Verified tax returns are huge with any business exits. So you definitely want to make sure that all of your checks and balances are right there in order.
Mhm. You know, Going back to the budgeting and spending bucket for a second, I did this, and I'm trying to do it once a quarter now, but I
Mhm,
did it last year, kind of at the end of the year. And we took our bank statements for business and personal separately, of
mhm.
course, and went through and went, what's this charge? What's this charge? Now, granted, I'm sure you're going to say you should probably do that monthly, but
It's
and
difficult.
what's that?
It's difficult. I
It is.
understand.
But I found all of these little things that I had subscribed to this or this or this. I don't even know what it is. I'm not using it. Why did I sign up for it? So you're basically kind of doing an audit of everything that you spent during the year and then going in and canceling all of those automatic subscriptions that
Yes.
you don't. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much money. It was ridiculous. And now I'm trying to do it once a quarter
Mhm.
because I see how much money I wasted on something that I didn't even know I had.
Yes, it's very, very important that you're doing that because, again, I am the same. I am a guilty party of that one right there. The
Guilty. We're all
subscriptions.
guilty.
Yeah, definitely just doing that audit to make sure that you are not paying for something that you shouldn't be paying for
Right.
anymore is huge. Another thing that you want to do is to protect your credit. I know that there's been a lot of fraud out there with
Mhm.
so many individuals, and so I do have a lot of resources for individuals that have dealt with fraud issues. So make sure that you're checking your credit report at least once a quarter. And if you have any issues, I do have some resources that you can go to check into those and dispute what you need to dispute.
So onto the credit check thing, is there like
Mhm.
one site that's better than all of them for them to be able to go to do that on a quarterly basis, or maybe an automatic every
Yeah,
quarter? Does
well, my free annual credit report is something that you're allowed to have every single year.
Okay.
Otherwise, TransUnion, Equifax, those are really good at giving you your credit report. I think you get one credit report if you go to the actual website
Okay.
per year. So I would definitely look at that. I know that a lot of them now have subscriptions where they will flag saying, "Hey, your credit report's being monitored," or "Is there an issue,
Ah,
something going on?" And so that's really important because again, that's our adult report card. But I
yeah,
understand. My daughter-in-law was a victim to credit fraud, and it takes a long time to
yes,
get those things removed, and it does impact your credit score.
it certainly does. It
Mhm.
does. And we don't think about that every day. It's not the typical crime that we think about, but it is every single day. I mean, we've recently had it at a post office near us. So
Wow.
it's um it's crazy for certain.
Mm, yeah. And I'm more than happy to leave you guys with a small business planner that I use
Fabulous.
and I recommend. It always helps to just really hone in and just say, okay, here is, my quarterly expenses. It's got a lot of great ideas for you to really just like dive in and say, okay, here's what I need to do, and here's the things that I need to really focus in on.
Okay.
And then also, what can I eliminate from the budget or my expenses, and also increase my income.
Mhm.
We live in an age of new revolutions and new AI, so there's a lot of opportunities to make money online right now. So.
Wonderful. Is there anything that we've forgotten?
No, I think
Anything that
this,
we missed?
yeah, I'm so happy to have been here and to share with you, our thoughts on just preparing for this year and making sure that your income and expenses and profit losses are all aligned.
Awesome. And if they want to get your planner that you have or get in touch with you, how can they do so?
Well, you can put it in the show notes. I'm giving everyone that listens to this for free. And then they can go to naomilriley.com to learn more about who I am and what I do.
Thank you so much for being on today and enlightening our listeners on how they can get their financial house in order for the new year. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
And thank you to all my listeners. We'll see you again.